Welcome to the journey to the 13th bridge. My name is Susan, also known as White Lotus Star, the Exchanger. Thank you for joining me on the Can channel on YouTube. I'm very, very excited to be here today and taking this opportunity to get to know the different people around the world who are actually stepping into a better sense of who and what it is that we all are. I am a person who was cast to Earth as an 8th density being, and I stepped into my 9th density back in 2007 on October the 25th of 2007 when I sat between the ethers, unable to get my heart to beat properly, and I realized that we were way, way, way more than what I could ever have imagined. Basically, going back to it, we are an original spark, and that original spark has component parts that become separated when we incarnate. For example, your original spark comes down here with you, and your higher self, your essence, and your monad, it stays up there. And your higher self is located in the 7th density, your essence in the 8th density, and your monad is in the 9th density. And it is possible now to bring into Earth a 9th density expression of being. Basically, we have in our lower parts, we have a physical, which I refer to as body 1, an emotional body 2, an intellectual body 3, and then we go through a triad and a trinity and a trine, and brings it out to where we step out into our energy body. And some people today are actually able to see energy bodies. And your energy body is your 4th body. And then you have a 5th body, the low astral body, and a 6th body, the high astral body. Whenever I do any work, I do it where I go into my physical, emotional. I put my physical actually to sleep. And then I move into my emotional body and into my intellectual body. And then I go out into my etheric body. And then I protect into the low astral and the high astral. And basically what happens is that I end up with a thing that's like a bow tie. And then I step out into my 7th density body, which is my higher self. And then the next body is the essence body, and then you have your monad. And you basically will it to be, so it will be, and so it is, in bringing it all together again. So commanding and demanding is really, really important. There's nothing chaotic about bringing all that you are into the pivotal moment of the now, because now is where you exist. And basically, as I said, there are 9 different aspects, plus higher self for 10, essence for 11, monad for 12, along with your original spark. So it is pretty simple what we are. And getting it to come together is you start to ask it to start joining up in your dream time. There are so many people in this world that are starting to awaken at this time. And it's a really, really exciting time to be here on Earth. So many different people. I mean, it's like mothers and fathers, brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, cousins, and friends. We're all starting to meet up again. And we go through a lot of different transitional periods with different people. My wake-up came very, very young. As a matter of fact, I can't ever remember not having spirit energies around me. But when I was about 4 years old in 1962, this particular book came out, and it was called Numerology. And whoops, can I get it in here? Oh, there we go. And basically, it was in the checkout counter of the drugstore, and I had to have it because I was just fascinated by numbers as a kid. And it was 35 cents. And I remember asking my dad, well, would it be okay if I had it? And my dad said, would you spend your money on it? And I probably had all of 75 cents in my pocket. And there was another book there too on astrology, and I've really used this book. It's kind of fallen apart over the years. And I bought it too, and oh, I was just fascinated in it, and it talked about all kinds of different things, and I wrote in it different people that I had been involved with over the years. It was kind of like a little bit of a trip through memory lane of the different people that I was involved with at different points in time in my life. But basically this little book, it was only 128 pages. I need glasses. And it allowed me to, it opened me up to a world that I could remember from before. And I do believe that many of us are here in grand cycles. And Earth started this grand cycle approximately 8-9 million years ago, the 13th grand cycle, and I'm here on Earth in the 13th grand cycle. And it took until about 6.5 million years ago until souls started incarnating on Earth in this current 13th grand cycle. Because of the 13 aspects and the 13 keys to true guardianship, and the journey that I've taken a few times to the 13th bridge, I decided to entitle much of my work about these 13 keys. I discovered the secret name that was used to admit people to the round, and part of the work that I'm doing is about bringing it back to the round, the original round. And that word was Excavier, E-X-K-A-V-I-E-R. And I found the name while I was walking in the Spear of Destiny, working with a wayshower and other spiritualists, because I believe that learning never stops. The absolute best teacher in the world is always going to be the best student. There's just no two ways about it. So I hope that if you have any questions that you'll send them to the 13th bridge. That's THE13TH bridge at AOL.com. And in further videotapes that I'm going to do, I will be very, very happy to answer any questions that you have. And I'm hoping that some of you will join us on Project Avalon and Project Camelot and ProjectLightworker.com. And I am Susan, also known as White Lotus Star, the Exchanger. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully as we do these broadcasts, we'll get better and better and better at them, because this isn't easy to do. But I thank you very much. Remember, you will it to be, so it will be, and so it is. Be a piece of peace. This is the Good God series on YouTube.